Yeah.
The stream is up.
Okay, stream. Do I swim? Okay. I don't usually have a little barrier here. But that's the way it is tonight. Surprise, surprise, Rabbi Cantor Arlene. I'm Rabbi Yonina. Welcome. Filling in, obviously, and we wish Cantor Arlene refuah shlema. So, this is going to be an even more creative Shabbat than usual. So, give me just a minute to breathe while you're all here. Thank you for being here, and I actually will start with one of my favorites. It's on 128. And while I have an outline here, I know that Bruce is going to keep me in check. Do you need to speak before I actually do begin service?
No, you begin.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Take breath. We are so grateful for Rabbi Yonina for being with us tonight. Because otherwise we were down to meat.
So although I know I don't really have to say this, I do want to say that I was really looking forward to dinner at a friend's house, somebody I went to high school with, who happens to be in the Orthodox community. So I was running out the door to get there on time for candle lighting, because unlike most people here, right, it doesn't matter. We try to do before sunset, but in the Orthodox community, I had to be there about 4:15, although candle lighting was a little bit later. So that's when I got Joanne's phone call. So welcome. 128, one of my favorites. And then we'll do something everybody knows. If you know this, please always join in. Hachama merosh ha'ilanot nistalka bohu v'neven likrat Shabbat hamalka hine yoredet hakadoshat shahamerucha vehi mamalachim tzva shalom umenucha Bohi, bohi, hamalka, bohi, bohi, hakala. Shalom aleichem, malachei hashalom. Let's just sing a little bit of this tune. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Let's do the English, please, together. The sun on the treetops no longer is seen. Come, gather to welcome the Sabbath, our queen. Behold her descending, the holy, the blessed, and with her the angels of peace and of rest. Draw near, and here abide. Draw near, O Sabbath bride. Peace also to you, angels of peace. And the first time I heard that, Harvey, was in Maryland with a Rabbi David Schneer, who's Micha Mocha we do here sometimes. And there's an independent community there, and they were meeting at a rec center, and the sun was setting, and the treetops could be seen, and he just started singing this song, and my heart really melted. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. I think I also started to tell you the story of where I was between the time Joanne called me and now. Is I ordinarily wouldn't have worn jeans, so that was another thing I was going to say. So even though most people would not apologize for their attire, forgive me. I'm appropriate as I can be. Please.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. It occurred to me, as so many people that I talked with had plans that changed this year, that even when things are not what we're anticipating, even when we're dealing with some setbacks, we still have things to be grateful for. And I hope that your list of what to be grateful for is longer than your list of things to be annoyed by or upset by. And as I look around the room tonight, this is one of the things I'm so thankful for. I'm so thankful for my temple family and for this place. And tonight we're especially thankful to Rabbi Yanina for helping us out on such short notice. And for those of you that are wondering, as you may know, I was under the weather myself last week. And my symptoms were the bad cough and the sore throat, which meant it hurt me to talk. Who says God does not have a sense of humor, huh? Anyway, but Dr. Foster, Rabbi Foster, is here to give us a lovely service tonight. Blue jeans or not, doesn't matter. When Rabbi Foster does a service, it's always very warm and very spiritual. And we are looking forward to that. I'll be back later with the... Oh, by the way, quick thing, I know some of you had wondered about the, shall we say, the tone of the email that went out Wednesday afternoon. To say that the building would be closed Wednesday and Thursday. Obviously, Thursday was Thanksgiving, and the building would have been closed anyway. And it was not, we're not jumping on things. We're taking advice of others, and we're always thinking of caution with you guys. And we were certainly not the only building in town that did that. The Jewish Community Center did it. Buffalo City Hall did it. So we will always err on the side of caution when it comes to you guys. But if the tone of it was a bit too alarming for you, we apologize for that. We just always want to be thinking of you guys. So I'll be back later with the announcements. We have lots of stuff coming up. We have more holidays coming up and stuff to deal with all of that. So Shabbat Shalom. Again, I'm so thankful to be here with you guys tonight. I'm so thankful for all of you. And I'm thankful that Rabbi Yanina is going to lead us tonight. Jeans and all. Oh, that's it.
I actually almost didn't. It was going to that last thing. I said, this is kind of odd. Why is Joanne calling me just before Shabbos? So the other thing I would like to say is I know that we are all thankful, all grateful beyond measure for those hostages who have been released. Some are, I believe, from Israel. And there were, I believe, others from Thailand, I believe. And we know there are many more. And we continue to pray for the release, the safe release of all the hostages. And I would like us to keep that in mind as we come to the candle lighting. And I'll ask if there's anybody here who has a birthday or an anniversary in the next week or two. How about is here for the first time?
The woman on the front just had a birthday.
And could we actually, somebody else raise their hand? So could two of you please come forward? Will you come forward and you'll help do the candle lighting? Thank you. And I can always help lead you. So we are going to say, blessed are you, creator, please come up, creator of the universe, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with the mitzvot of commanding us to kindle the Shabbat lights.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
This is a true honor.
Oh, yay.
Thank you all.
Later you'll tell us how come you're here, or how did you find us?
My name is Eric Barnett, but I go by Coco. I'm here with my family, Gail, and her husband, Richard.
Awesome.
I only been here 4 days,
Oh,
and I recently found out that I'm related to Steven Spielberg as well.
oh my God. Wait, you're here only 4 days from where?
Yes, from New York City.
Oh, found your way to Buffalo the best.
Yes. There you go. See, there you go back there. There the two.
I'm gonna let one, and I'll let you go.
Okay.
Okay. And once the candles are light, we bring and we think about bringing in that energy. You can even do it from your seats. Think about what you're bringing in. Think about the prayers and the soldiers and all those who helped get the hostages released. I believe Biden has something to do with it, and his team also, as do many others.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, it's almost out.
Thank you.
Went out. It went out.
Oh, okay.
They do that sometimes.
Thank you. You got the touch.
Oh, man. This is interesting. Oh, it is still lighted. It is still lighted.
You got the touch.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all very much.
You're welcome. Oh, Kiddush too now. Excuse me. I was thinking be flat. How about I'll do that this time?
Excuse me, I apologize. Okay, so, what do we lift up? What do you lift up in your own lives? Kadosh, 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 Kiddush, all the same. Kodesh, Miriam died at a place with the same letters. All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher peri ha'gafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kadsho ve'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tehillah lemikra'ei kodesh, zecher l'tziat mitzrayim, ki vanu v'acharta v'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh hashabbat. Amen. Okay. So, let us continue forth. Page 125, please. "125. We'll read together, please. Where has this week vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished. Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat abide. Help me to withdraw for a while from the flight of time, contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasp of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quiet world this day. On this Shabbat, abide. So let's take a moment to take a breath. I'm not sure how many of you have heard of the crown chakra up here at the top. So I'm going to invite you to breathe through that crown chakra and into your heart as well. So what I'm going to invite is that you think about the earth being grounded, your roots going deep down into the earth, breathing up into your heart. Maybe you've never seen your heart before. Take a moment to say hello to it. And you might want to give an exhale out to your crown chakra, out through your head as you inhale from the earth, up through into your heart. Or whichever way you want to. You don't have to follow my direction. And take with you into Shabbat, whatever it is you need to. Yeah. Just going to do one verse on page 128. The Kabbalists made, coming into Shabbat, several psalms, and it's all about creation and God's sovereignty, and there's also the idea of a wedding, which is why there are lots of love songs on Shabbat. So, Yedid nefesh av harachaman, Yedid nefesh av harachaman, Meshoch avdecha, Eretz onecha, Yarutz avdecha, K'moayav yishtachavel el muchadarcha. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la. And so the greatest part of this wedding is Lecha Dodi, where we welcome in the Sabbath bride, which is on page. Hold on a second. Thank you. 138. Thank you for the help. And there were lots of songs between that, and that's where all those psalms are that I just mentioned. So pay attention sometime a little bit to these words, to what we are keeping and remembering, and that God is commanding us. Lecha Dodi, beloved, come to meet the bride. Beloved, come to greet Shabbat. It's an old traditional tune. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad,
השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ותפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, pnei Shabbat nekabela. 8, please. And I'm realizing this is traditional to me, not necessarily to you, but you've all caught on. Yaminus motivrotzi ve'et Adonai ta'aritzi al yarish ben parti. ונשמחה ונגילה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. Could you please rise? Yadadai, 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 yadadai. In this case, we face west toward the door here to welcome in the Sabbath bride, which is actually what the mystics would have done in Tzfat. They would have faced west towards the setting sun to welcome the Sabbath bride, because it was with the setting sun that the Sabbath began. Bahui v'shalom ateret ba'ala, gam b'simcha u'v'tzohala, toch emunei am segula. Bahui ba'ala, לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. ידעי די די ידעי 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 די די ידעי די די ידעי 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 די די. Please be seated. Thank you. So I may insert a song before we do the Baruch. Yeah, I know. Yeah. you can laugh at me afterwards. Thank you for your love and joy. On page 140, please. This is one of the only psalms out of 150 psalms that actually says the psalm for Shabbat. And we frequently do this Saturday morning, but there's some wonderful parts to it here that we're going to do right now. Tov lahodot ladonai, tov lahodot ladonai, uzamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lahodot ladonai, tov lahodot ladonai, uzamer l'shimcha elyon. להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות. להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות. יאללה לה 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 לה, יאללה לה 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 לה, יאללה לה יאללה לה 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 לה, יאללה לה 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 לה, יאללה לה 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 לה, Ya la 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 la. And the latter part of this psalm has new meaning for me as I mature. And it talks about the righteous blooming like a date palm, thriving like a cedar in Lebanon, because you see, oh, this is funny. Just Siri. I have my phone here so I can keep time. Again, I don't have a watch on. Oh my gosh. It stopped. Okay. So continuing about this psalm, if you can imagine looking at it, the date palms were brought from Lebanon to Jerusalem. I mean, like, it's just like fascinating. It's really fascinating history. And in old age, they still produce fruit. They are full of sap and freshness, attesting to God's uprightness, my rock, Tzur, in whom there is no wrong. It's true, we could argue that, because it's the way we feel sometimes. But in old age, they produce fruit. So maybe later you'll tell me how in your maturing elder years you are producing fruit. Tzadik katamar yifrach ke'erez balvanon yizkeh shetulim bevet Adonai Bechatzrot Eloheinu Yafrichu Od Yunuvun Beseva Deshenim Verananim Iyu Lehagid Ki Yashar Adonai Tzuri Velo Avalatabo. I'll give you all a laugh. Not just you can be funny. So this is beautiful. In our wisdom years, we are full of sap and freshness, and we become rabbis, and we start a full-time job for the first time in our lives. I mean, who would have known? Never give up. Never give up your dream. Ever, ever, never. The next part of our service, which I promise we'll not totally fly through, is the Baruch Hu and her blessings, also known as Shema and her blessings. So, Shema. If you read the Jewish Journal coming out in December, and you look up the clergy connection, you'll read some of what I'm going to share. So Shema. We're coming. We haven't come to Shema yet. Think about what Shema is. It's about hearing and listening. We have to do a lot more of that. It's not about, I'm up here so I have to share, right? But it's not about being the one in the room to talk all the time. Sometimes you have to zip it and you have to listen. Because if we do want to learn different ways to do things, we must listen to one another. We must compromise and find other ways. Okay, please stand for the Baruch Hu and her blessings. And in saying that, this section is all about love. It's all about love, that God has taken us out of Egypt, or is going to, we're not there yet, takes us out of Egypt to love God and for God to love us, to worship God. And in loving God, we reflect God, and it's our behaviors that make us God-like, right? Because we're a nation of priests. Okay. Baruch Hu et Adonai hamavorach. Baruch Adonai hamavorach leolam vaed. Please be seated. And page 148. Blessed are you, let us read together on the bottom. Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. Keep going. Thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. Powerful sun full of radiant light, weave us a web that spins the night, web of stars that hold the dark. Weave us the earth that feeds the spark, strand by strand, hand over hand, thread by thread, we weave the web. Page 150. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha. This is all about love. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadita. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shachbeinu u'v'kumeinu, nasiach b'chukecha, v'nizmach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki heim chayenu ve'orech yameinu uvahem negeh yomam v'layla va'avetecha al tasir mimenu leolamim baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Together, 154. Ve'ahavata et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha b'didbarta bam b'shiftecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'derech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'fi sharecha למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Let's read in English, please, on page 155. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work. Whether you're tired or you're rested, let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai your God. And I may have said this at other times when I've led, and that is, if you have an issue with the name God, put in what works for you. Could be creator, fountain of life, Shekhinah, the feminine indwelling of God. Okay? Don't let those words, I beg you, chase you away and keep you separate. Unfortunately, sometimes that's what happens. Okay. Read the next page or two. I'll give you a little bit, like a minute or so. What these are about, think about it. Your responsibility is what it is that you can do to make changes and help individuals, yourself, and the community. Because in this section, it's about what we do that, if we do it, the rain will fall, right, on schedule, the snow will, I won't say that, and things will grow. Again, it doesn't always feel like it works that way, but that's the idea of this. Okay, so we've listened, we've heard that God is one, we're supposed to love God and teach about it wherever we are, and now we have to think about how we can do that so we can make right decisions and good things will happen. And before we do a Micha Mocha, we are living neath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. I am alone and I am searching, hungering for answers in my time. I am balanced on the brink of wisdom. I'm impatient to receive a sign. I move forward with my senses open. Imperfection, it will be my crime. In humility I will listen. We're all swimming to the other side. We're all swimming to the other side. As we do here at Micha Mocha, Song of the Red Sea. Micha Mocha ba'elim ya. Mihi kamocha neder bakodesh nahora tehilot oh sefele nahora tehilot oh sefele malchutecha ra'u vanecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam ze Elianu ve'amru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed v'nemar kifad Adonai et Yaakov ugalo miyad chazak mimenu baruch atah Adonai Gaal Yisrael. Let's read please on 159. 159 together. Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our... Keep going, please. Song of peace. Thank you. Beautiful. A little Hashkivinu, but first a song to lead into that. Love surround you, peace surround you, angels surround you every day, all day long. Morning, noon, and night, you are surrounded by the light. Love surround you, peace surround you, angels surround you every day, all day long. Morning, noon, and night, You are surrounded by the light. You are surrounded by the light of God, the light of peace, the light of love. You are surrounded by the light of God, the light of peace, the light of love. Hashkivenu ya Eloheinu l'shalom v'amidenu shomreinu l'chaim ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha v'takneinu be'etzat tova milfanecha v'hoshienu leman shemecha baruch atah havaya hapore sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. We move into the moment when we're at the foot of Mount Sinai. It's kind of hard to imagine sometimes, isn't it? But that's really what this is about. This section of Tefillah is we're at the foot of Mount Sinai before Revelation. Tomorrow morning's Revelation. Come back. Actually, go to Beth Tzedek. So we have an opportunity to talk to God during the week. It's 19 benedictions the rabbis came up with. They've given us a break. They've given God a break for tonight. It's only 7. That number, what does that mean? 7. What do you think? Creation is when you got it. Days of the week, matriarchs and patriarchs. Beautiful. That's right. So we only have 7. And I hope you'll ponder some of those things. So we actually do a silent meditation. I'll start us with the Adonai, Havaya, if you look at the letters, although not here it says Havaya. And then we often stand up if you're able to. If not, you sit where you are and you do the same thing. And we actually face our ark. We often sometimes will step back 3 steps because it's like we're approaching like a queen or a king or something really important. And then we talk to God and we remind God, you see, with the ancestors at the very beginning of the relationship that has already been had, right? And now we have one. We have a right to that relationship. Okay. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agite hilatecha. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agite hilatecha. Oh God, open up my lips as I begin to pray. Oh God, open up my lips as I begin to pray. You are the one, for this I pray, that I may have the strength to be alone, to see the world, to stand among the trees and all the living things, that I may stand alone and offer prayers and talk to you. You are the one to whom I do belong, and I'll sing my soul, I'll sing my soul to you, and give you all that's in my heart. May all the foliage of the field, all grasses, trees, and plants, awaken at my coming, this I pray, and send their life into my words of prayer, so that my speech, my thoughts, and my prayers will be made whole, and through the spirit of all growing things. And we know that everything is one, because we know that everything is you. You are the one, for this I pray. I ask you, God, to hear my words that pour out from my heart. I stand before you. I, like water, lift my hands to you in prayer. And grant me strength, and grant me strength to stand alone. You are the one to whom I do belong, and I'll sing my soul, I'll sing my soul to you, and give you all that's in my heart. You are the one, for this I pray, and I'll sing my soul to you. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Keep in mind names, please. We're going to ask for names for healing in a moment. And I just had my list, not the list. Okay, that's right for me. Okay, names, Misha Berach list. Gail Ackerholt, Gary Bernstein, Stephen Bernstein, Paul Bink, Colleen Cohen, Alan and Karen Cooper, Shelley Cordiero, Rella Corris, Sue DeAnth, David Denzel, Jan Drucker, Nancy Durkin, Wissam El-Malki, Sue Frank, Jessica Gazdovich, Marlene Glickman, Carolyn and Ernie Grosser, Hillary Hurwitz, Ellen Kaminsky, Colleen and Ruth Kane, Jordan Kaufman, Ken Kellick, Mark Nightinger, Charlotte Krebs, Barbara Krigston, Emily Langan, Miles Levy, Nancy Levinas, Frederick Lynette, Darlene Lloyd, Beth Marcus, Fannie A. Markle, Aaron Nevler, Joan Allendorf, Jo Marie Powers, Maddie Rinsberg, Cheryl Rossi, Brandon Ryan, Mary Scioli, Lorenzo Stewart, Emily Strong-Tallman, Judy Van Horn, Elaine Vashalovsky, Iris Weinstein, Mike Wheeler, Alexander Woods, Gail Zaretsky, Chana Chaya, Bat Zlatka, Nuchem ben Yisrael Vachaya, Hanan, Ezra ben Shul. Any other names, please, for healing? Oh, yes, that's right, Joanne. Anybody over here? Okay. I'm going to actually offer a different healing song, I admit, okay? Give me a second, please. Whew. There are different ways of healing and that we can think about healing. So ponder this one, please. May I be empty and open to receive the light. May I be empty and open to receive. May I be full and open to receive the light. May I be full and open to receive. May we be empty and open to receive the light. May we be empty and open to receive. May we be full and open to receive the light. May we be full and open to receive the light. May we be full and open to receive. May you be empty and open to receive the light. May you be empty and open to receive. May you be full and open to receive the light. May you be full and open to receive. And Ana Elna Rafanallah and Ana Elna Rafanallo. God, heal her, heal him, and heal her, please, as best can be, for whatever healing is available. I do want to offer just a few words here of Torah. So just give me a minute to breathe, please. Again. Okay. This parsha, like so many, is just humongous. That's the best way I can describe it. And I'm just going to share a little bit about a little bit. And I kind of want to connect it to a parsha from a few weeks ago, Vayera. Abraham had been circumcised and he was sitting. And the parsha Vayera began, Vayera Elav Adonai. Appeared to him did Hashem. Abraham was sitting at the tent, and God appeared. God was there. There were many, many other places where God seems to be. And this parsha, Vayetze, give me a second, begins with Jacob departing from Beersheba, and he went toward Haran. Does anybody remember why Jacob was departing? Yeah. You going to hang around when he stole the birthright? There was some manipulation. It didn't happen in our Torah, did it? Nah. Doesn't happen in your families, does it? I won't ask who manipulates. So there's a little manipulation, and he had to skedaddle out of town. And on the way, he encountered a place that some rabbis say was the place where Isaac was sacrificed. And it was at this place, Hamakom. First time we saw Makom was in Genesis, when the waters were separated and land appeared. And Jacob was pretty pooped out, and he didn't want to die. And he was able to sleep, amazingly enough. But before he went to sleep, he took stones, and he put them kind of as a pillow. Ouch. Have you thought about that when you read about this? And they were around his head, and he lay down, and he dreamed, and there appeared, what appeared? I know some of you know this part. There's a ladder going up and down and up. My God, got to be tired from that too, you know? And did he have boots to climb up, or did he have shoes to climb up? How did he climb up? Who climbed up? Was it the angels? Anyway, you'll have to read more about this. This is just a teaser of what you can go read about online or at home. Because what I want to say is that when he woke up that next morning, he was pretty shocked. He was shocked and in awe, and he was in great fear. But he realized that God was in that place. Just by being there, just like Abraham sitting at the tent. Poof, there you are. Wherever we are. That's why we have to shema a little bit more. Because it's not someplace else. It's right where you are. And I hope you recognize that. So it's right where you are. And we all go on our journeys. So this was before the beginning of a journey, and he tried to make a deal with God about this journey. And this is the parsha where he meets Rachel, and he has Leah, right? There, he's got to work with Lavan. And I want to say that our journey is not always easy, and sometimes we see something we want, we don't quite get it, do we? Oh, man. And we got to work, and we got to work, and then we may still not get it. And then when we're going to leave a place, after we've worked and we've gotten what we've wanted, then we still have to figure some stuff out so we can leave that place. And that's all in this parsha, in better words than I've just said. But that's kind of the basics. Like, keep in mind, God is where you are. All you have to do is listen. And sometimes when you don't hear anything, you'd hardly believe that that might actually be what you're supposed to be hearing. At the end of this parsha, it's so interesting because at the very beginning there are angels. So as much as I have issues with Jacob because of how he manipulated things, he begins that chapter, or the chapter begins with angels going up and down a ladder, and that God was there and he recognized it, he acknowledged it. And he actually poured oil on the rocks. He named it. So when you have special things happen like that are really awesome, take a moment and acknowledge it, maybe name it, maybe pour some oil on it. Just be careful you don't slip. Okay? Keep in mind, it's right where you are. And the parsha ends with more angels. Because God said God would be with Jacob. And it ends with more angels. It's really quite remarkable, if I may say so. Vayakov halach ledarko, vayiftzuu vo malachei Elohim. Jacob went on his way, and encounter him did angels of God. Jacob, when he saw them, a camp of God is this, so he called the name of that place Mahanaim. Angels are probably all around us. You know, we sing about them. Shalom Aleichem, right? They're all over the place. And actually, I asked for some wisdom from the people I was with tonight. And the gentleman there said that actually, Shalom Aleichem, Barchuni and Boachem, it's actually about the angels going up and down. Saying goodbye, saying hello. Some people say it's a weekday angel and the weekend Shabbat angel. It's hard to say because I think we're supposed to have two souls on that day, right? Okay. Any questions? No, don't. They're going to get mad at me if you ask questions now because we have to get done. So hold on a second. Let me get the prayer book so we can go back to that. I think we're coming to the Aleinu. Is that what's next, everybody? And what page is that? Okay, thank you. Did I forget anything?
You did great.
Okay, I'm not, yeah. Really, I hope I didn't forget something important. Thank you. Thank you for the ark opening. Yes, please, if you are able, rise.
Thank you, 591. V'nehemar v'yadonai l'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad u'shemo Oops. Please be seated.
Joanne, we need to fix the curtain.
Yeah, they're kind of coming off those thingies. Please, page 3. I'm sorry, I'm looking at number 3, 593. Oh boy. Oh, she's starting all over again? Oh my gosh. No, 593. Number 3, 593, please. Let's read together. The light of life is a finite flame. Like the Shabbat candles, life is kindled, it burns, it glows. It is radiant with warmth and beauty, but soon it fades, its substance is consumed, and it is no more. In light we see, in light we are seen. The flames dance and our life burns down and gutters. There is an end to the flames. We see no more and are no more seen. Yet we do not despair, for we are more than a memory, slowly fading into the darkness. With our lives we give life. Something of us can never die. We move in the eternal cycle of darkness and death, of light and life. Ooh, golly, because there's the idea that there's an eternal light, never goes out, and some believe that our spirits continue. I mean, we're energy bodies, so something's making us work, right? And some people believe that a spirit leaves us and that we do go on, that as we share names with one another of our loved ones, that's how we also remain alive. But I do like to believe that our light always continues to shine. Shaloshim, Alan Lackner, father of Jerry Lackner. Eugene Margulis, Abby Robbins, Martin Robinson, husband of Nancy Robinson, Barbara Schulfand, Yardsite. Henry J. Amran, Harry Bernhardt, Louis Brogadier, William Brogadier, Abraham Isaac Cassover, Tessie Cohn, Lee Cohen, Keith Crandall, Nancy Cushman, Essie Feinberg, Morris J. Foreman, Elliot Frank, Jay Frey, Lucille Friedman, Boris Y. Gelfer, Ann Gellin. Herbert Gross, Irving Haber, Emma Harrison, Rebecca Jacobs, Raphael Jacoby, Bella Lesser, David Majeski, Robin Lee Metz. Gertrude Mittelman, Sura Genya Modik, Millie Niss, Mary Pisachow, Norman Perlstein, Diane Ponticos, Jeanette Rivo, Frida Rubin, Marion Schief, Deborah Schmeidler, Joyce Seitz, Bernard Sellers, Cynthia Lee Siegel, Milton Slutsky, Leonard Snyder, Louis Alvin Starsky, Frank Stern, Florence Summer, Cecily Tegler, Herman Weinstein, Lillian Weiss, Murray Wolf. We also remember at this time all the victims of the Holocaust, natural disasters, and terror. We offer the words of the Kaddish in their memory. And are there names of people, please, that were not on that list that you would like to add to the list? Is there anyone here observing a yard site or saying Mourner's Kaddish? Please rise. And if it is your custom to please rise, do so. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah bi'alma divrach ruteh v'yamlich malchuteh b'chayeichon uv'imeichon uv'chayei d'chal Beit Yisrael ba'agala v'zman kariv imeru. Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mavarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei d'kudusha b'richu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imeru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, huya oseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. Please be seated.
Excuse me. Shabbat Shalom again, everyone. Special thank you to Dr. Rabbi Yonina Foster, who, thank goodness, answered her phone. Thank you for answering the phone. Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for sparing them from me leading the service tonight. It was, you know what? I pictured tonight as I said, your services are always so spiritual. And as I was listening tonight, I don't know about anyone else, I'm picturing myself around a campfire. I'm picturing myself summer camp, that type of a service. And it just felt that way. It was really nice. Thank you for that. Thank you to Mark and Sue for helping out with the greeting this evening. We have a lot coming up, lots of stuff coming up. Tomorrow morning, the virtual offering is Torah study at 9 a.m. That is via Temple Beth Zedek's Zoom, and then Torah study is in person at Temple Beth Zedek tomorrow morning. Shabbat morning service is at 10:45. That is also at Temple Beth Zedek. Coming up next Friday, we are back to Jews of all hues. This week we go south of the border for the Hidden Jews of Mexico, which should be really, really interesting. Dishes, of course, reflective of Mexico at the Onig, which is sponsored. The whole series, Jews of All Hues, is sponsored by Michael Berger. Last month we had more than 100 people for the first night of Jews of All Hues. So we look forward to that. Hanukkah. God, we're just getting through Thanksgiving, and Hanukkah is just around the corner. Our Trolls Hanukkah celebration. Trolls. Woo. The Trolls Hanukkah celebration will be Friday, December 8th. That, of course, is at 7 o'clock p.m. Come in costume if you like. We're going to have our traditional latke bar, and bring your menorahs. We can all light them together. It should be a lot of fun. We look forward to sharing that holiday with you guys. The next night, Saturday, December 9th, the Women of Shir Shalom are having one of their very popular game nights. All sorts of stuff going on that night. If you're here in the room tonight, you want to know more about that, Maureen, you guys have information on that? Or you can at least take names. Jackie, you have someone will have information on game night. It's free unless... Got it. It's free unless you want to play bunco. Nancy McGorry will be teaching bunco, and that I think is $5. Anyway, lots of fun. We have a trip coming up to Panama, coming up in May. Congregation Shir Shalom, Rabbi Alex are going to Panama. Temple members Darcy Kramer and Jim Cornell are involved in this, and there's a special discount at their hotel down there. So lots of information to be available on that. We do need a deposit of $500 by December 15th. The trip is in May. I don't know the dates. Anyway, but is there still a flyer outside, Joanne? There's a flyer, and call the temple office if you would like to learn more about that. We have, coming up a week from Tuesday, Shabbatas, our last Shabbatas of the season. Rain or shine, snow, whatever, it doesn't matter. We're going to have it. And that will be on Tuesday, December 5th. Of course, please pre-order. You're guaranteed of getting a meal that way. And as we wrap up another very successful Shabbatas season, thank you to everyone who volunteers for Shabbatas, who supports it. It's been so important to the temple for the last couple of years, and we appreciate that. If you've been roaming the building at all, be sure to check out the open area. The work down there, we have the new ceiling, the new floor, the walls have been painted. Next up is the Genenu room getting a facelift. So all sorts of stuff going on in our building. Thank you to Todd for leading all of that. We do not know yet when the doors are coming, but they're coming. The doors will be here at some point. Hey, our Tikkun Olam team, first of all, wants to say thank you to everyone who donated for the Thanksgiving basket drive. This was close to 40 that we've done that thing. And we helped to assemble 500 meals for the community. 500 meals, which is great. So thank you for taking part in that. Yeah, by all means. And as the calendar shifts to December, the Tikkun Olam team is now collecting items for Friends of the Night People to help the homeless in Buffalo. Clothing, warm clothing, personal toiletry items, things like that. There's a big article about it in the December High Notes, which arrived probably this week. But check that out, and all through the month of December, when you come on Friday night, please help out. Bad enough to be homeless at any time, but in the Buffalo winter, that's particularly rough. And the Women of Shir Shalom would also like to say thank you to everyone that took part in the Becker Farms pie and fudge order. Thank you for that. We have more stuff coming up. It is listed in the service leaflet. Check it out. If you need anything, reach out. Don't reach out to the rabbi. Don't reach out to the cantor. You can reach out to Joanne. You can reach out to me, but by all means, reach out to Todd if you need anything at all. And thank you for being here tonight. Join us for the Onig in the social hall, which is sponsored by Carol Schmeidler in memory of her mother Deb, and by Maureen Seitz in memory of her mother Joyce. Both of you had your site tonight. And in honor of Joyce, in honor of Deb, there's chocolate. There is lots of chocolate at the Onig. So thank you for doing that in memory of your moms. It's a beautiful thing, and we appreciate that. As I said at the beginning, I hope everyone has much to be thankful for this year, and thank you for being part of our wonderful Shir Shalom family. Shabbat Shalom.
Almost done. So, oops.
Yeah, hold on a second.
You want me to do the follow for you?
I took away the thing too soon. Okay, quick, it'll be quick.
But I want to do this thing. I'm thinking Arlene, Cantor Arlene did this at some point. Just going to do one verse of this really cool song. It's actually from the Lagunda of Africa. Mirembe, mirembe, v'salam, v'shalom. Make peace in the village, make peace in the home. Make peace in the morning until daylight is done. Mirembe, mirembe, salam, v'shalom. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. I've gone over, but we're going to do Shalom Aleichem because I know you don't even know I went over. Thank you. Shalom Aleichem, please. Page 627. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. How about the two of you who are sponsoring tonight? Will you come up if you're able to, and you can do the motzi? Yeah. Cool. Thanks. Well, I figured somebody else had to be called at the last minute. Good. Beautiful. Thank you. As you came in peace, please go in peace. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
Thank you. Would you guys maybe take Shabbat shalom, everybody. Thank you. You're welcome. Of course. It's an honor.
It's a relief to be able to sing with somebody without keep changing octaves.
That's because I ain't a soprano. Yeah, I know. Yes.
So, your plans changed in a hurry.
Wait, pardon?
Your plans changed in a hurry.